Authorities now responding to the scene of a reported active shooter at the Islamic Center of San Diego. That's in the Claremont Mesa area. These are live images showing the officers on the ground, guns drawn. They're escorting children out of that center. Dozens of people running out at times, trying to get more information. Our Alex Stone is on the story out of L.A. for us. What do we know, Alex?
Well, Kira, I've been talking to a number of police officers in San Diego who we talked to quite a bit, and they are very busy right now with their police radios that have been going off in the backgrounds. They've just said, Alex, this is the real deal, and they hung up from there. But you can see from these images right now, and we don't know a lot. They don't seem to know a lot. Those almost look like children coming out arm in arm, being brought out the way that police now do in an active shooter situation. We know it is very active right now. Governor Gavin Newsom has been advised as well, but police are responding in right now, Kira.
We know the center has a school as well, pre-K through third grade, which makes sense as we're watching police there leading the children across the street to a safe area. We can see one of the women that was inside the mosque there being led by San Diego police officers. Channel 10, the ABC station in San Diego, is reporting that there is at least one person reported dead in this incident. Alex, I don't know what you're hearing and what you've been able to get from your side of things, but apparently this is still ongoing, and there are no reports yet, according to our ABC station in San Diego, that they have apprehended anybody at this time.
No, we don't know if they've apprehended anybody, and it's sometimes hard to know in San Diego, like a lot of police departments around the country right now, Kira, that they have encrypted their radios, so not like in old times where you can just listen to scanner traffic and know what's going on. You can see right here, these are Bearcat vehicles. They are armored vehicles that are brought in to try to do extraction or try to go into a suspect if they believe that there is somebody armed in there. We don't know if the armed individual is still in there or if they believe that the person is alive or dead or where the shooting actually occurred. But you've seen from these images a lot of police. They are moving in right now, a lot of activity ongoing. If you can excuse me for 1 minute, I have a source calling me right now, and I'll come right back to you, Kira.
No problem. Go ahead. Yeah, get that call. Well, if you're just tuning in right now, if we can get back to those pictures, we're following an active shooter situation at the Islamic Center of San Diego. This is where I grew up, and it's in the Claremont Mesa area, which is just off the 805 freeway. I'm not familiar with this mosque there in San Diego County, but I am seeing that there is a school that is tied to it, pre-K through third grade, which would explain why the police were escorting, as you saw, hand in hand, those young kids from outside the mosque and across the street to a safe place. Right now, we don't know if indeed the police have apprehended the shooter or shooters. We can't even confirm that the number of armed individuals at this time. We are just able to confirm that it is an active shooter situation, and we've been watching pictures of officers with guns drawn. And we're at tape pictures right now, just to be respectful of what we're seeing via the helicopter, because we saw some pretty disturbing images, and we're trying to be careful with what we show you and what we report in live coverage here. Alex, what did your source tell you?
Yeah, so just getting off the phone, Kira, another law enforcement official who they are saying that they are actively responding in right now and they don't know a lot. But what we understand is they are going through the building right now. My question to him was, well, do you have victims? And he said, we don't know yet. Do you have a suspect? We don't know yet. But they are actively going through and clearing the building right now. The ATF, other federal agents are arriving as well. So it seems like this is so early at the moment that even they don't know exactly what they've got. As you see the live images there as they've been moving through, but they're actively working it right now.